Hello guys, welcome to Insta Electronics. So in today's episode, let's take a look at a half working, half broken LED lamp. So I have already made a separate video for this thing showing how to fix a half broken LED lamp, and I shall attach that video up here. So this is the second take on this video. Second take in the sense that I already made a recording because this was having some issues and I was checking it, and it so happened that my camera was in record mode, so I captured that issue. It was very brief issue because after that that issue was not showing up, and it started acting normally. So just to give a brief overview of this LED lamp, this was made in 2014. I don't know whether you can see that or not. It says 2014, 11th month of 2014. So it's around 6 years old, and it's a 10 watt. Let me just focus on that. It's a 10 watt LED lamp, 220 to 240 volt. 6500 Kelvin, 50 Hertz. So it's made by GLight. Okay, this was supposed to have a glass cover on top of it, and what happened, the issue of this LED bulb started at the moment that it came from the holder. This thing fell down from the holder, and the diffuser element was made of glass. It broke, and due to that impact, or I don't know what happened, this was kept in a drawer for some time because after falling down it was not at all turning on. So this was kept for just simply disposing of. So I fixed it. You can watch all those things in that other video. In that half side of that of this LED lamp was not working, so I fixed it. And then when I checked, I came to know that there are some issues with the LEDs also. So now we need to fix it to get the other side working. And just to show you that this thing still works, and before plugging it, let me just tell you that this thing has 50 LEDs altogether, 5 on top, and 50 LEDs are arranged, 45 LEDs in this manner, or on here you can see. So you can already see one of the rogue LEDs over here, the other one being, you can see the black dot of death on 2 of those LEDs. They still work, but they can go off at any moment. You can see the black spot of death, and there was an LED over here which was now bypassed using a solder link. So these are the issues of this LED lamp. Right now if I try to fix it, I don't know what's going to happen. Let me just turn off this light for you so you can have a much better view. Okay, see, half of it is working, half of it is not working. And these two LEDs, you can see one of them is acting up. I'm not sure whether you can see that or not. See, one of them is acting up, and magic smoke be released from that. So before, did I capture that on camera? I saw some smoke coming from it. Yes, I can definitely smell that specific electronics burning smell from that. This one I think is burnt, and the fact that the other LEDs are glowing means that this LED is now a short circuit inside. That is the reason why all other LEDs are working fine. And so the issue with such kind of LEDs is that already this LED was replaced with a solder link. So the voltage drop across that was supposed to be across that LED is now distributed among all the other LEDs. So every LED will see a rise of 3 volt accordingly. So if now this one is also a short circuit, then there are 2 LEDs that are short circuited. That means the total drop of 6 volt is going to be distributed among the remaining LEDs. See, these LEDs are connected in a specific number just so that the voltage that you get from the driver is distributed equally among everything, so that it is not stressing the LED with too much of voltage. So now when this is happening, when one LED is short and the other is all deliberately, intentionally short circuited, it is actually creating an unbalance in the whole circuit. So it is actually pushing in lot more current than through the other remaining LEDs, and that can further damage the remaining LEDs in the long run. So it's better to always replace these things with new ones. And as of now, when I went through my parts bin, I found only 3 SMD LEDs in my stockpile, which are not even the correct size. But anyway, I'll be going to make some modification, like I'll be scratching some pads and then connecting it like that. And these are not very high quality LEDs, but still it will balance the load and make this thing functional back again. So let's move that away and let's see how you can check these LEDs. Let's check those two LEDs. Let me just zoom in a little bit for your convenience. So I'll be putting the multimeter in diode mode. You can see over here it's in diode mode. Meter is in diode mode. Let me just keep the meter out of the way, and let's first test a working LED like that. See, that is lighting up, that is lighting up, that one is also lighting up. So okay, even though the black dot is still there, this thing lights up, but this thing is not at all lighting up in both directions. So this is a short circuit. So this is not a short circuit nor an open circuit, so it must show some kind of resistance at least. Okay, you saw that happening on screen. This is how the phosphor came off from this LED also. I was probing through each and every LED and simply touching this probe on the top like that was enough for that to fall off. When I first recorded this video, these two issues was not there. So if I get the clip from this phone somehow, I can actually show you what was the issue. Okay, and you can see, so this is the phosphor of that LED, this thick. Let's keep this to the side. Anyway, let me just solder these and I'll come back and show you whether it's fixed or not. Okay. So finally the whole LED bulb is working, and I think you guys can see there is a slight difference. Let me just put the sunglass for the camera over here. This is just a normal sunglass and I'll be placing on top of the lens. So I think you can see the difference. Those new LEDs are a little bit different shade than the already existing LEDs. I think you can clearly see in that point. The new LEDs look a little bit bluish, and while the others are kind of warm tone. So anyway, this whole thing is now fixed. So let me just bring it, and 6500 Kelvin temperature LED bulb is newly added LEDs are not making any much massive difference. After all, it's all daylight color temperature, and only 6 LEDs have been added. And that is the other point. What started as a single LED change eventually led me to change 5 more LEDs. So what happened is, you guys already saw in the beginning of the video that only one LED had some issues to begin with, this one. So I ended up replacing that one, and while testing, you guys saw in video that this LED released the magic smoke, followed by this one which actually started to have a black dot. So I ended up replacing those two as well, and that cleared off my brand new batch of SMD LEDs. And you can see already 3 has been replaced, and then there is one over here and there is one over here. So overall I had to replace, and there is one more over here. So overall I took 6 LEDs, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 LEDs to get this replaced. So in this lockdown time, I had to get the remaining LEDs from one of these kind of similar panels which I had lying around. So I took it out from that. Fortunately, I had that lying around, otherwise I cannot complete this one, because I never expected those LEDs to go bad. And what happened is that while soldering these LEDs, I was keeping this like that, and don't know what happened. Due to some reason, while lifting it up, the phosphor from these two actually came off. It's without any force or anything, it simply lifted it up, that thing fell down, just like you saw happened in that video. So I had no other choice but to replace them, and I replaced it, and that's how things are right now. So anyway, since it is fixed, I'm going to give it a further few more life. The thing is, one time it will eventually take me to a point where repairing this thing is not economically feasible, because right now this 6 LEDs cost me around 20 rupees. It's fine, nothing of a large huge amount of money. But still, if LEDs keep on going bad, then I had no other choice but to take out the driver circuit and just to dump the remaining part of the LEDs, because there are 50 LEDs in here, and it's not financially viable to replace every 50 LEDs in this one. What I think is that because this was actually in use even after the outer envelope, the diffuser envelope came off, this thing was still put to use. As I told, I repaired it and I put it to use, and it was actually running. So it was exposed, the whole LED was exposed to the elements of nature like rain, not directly, but still the humidity and other things might have affected it. Direct sunshine, this was actually in a place where direct sunshine is falling on it, that might eventually lead to the chemical change for the phosphor layer, which actually resulted in them getting peeled off from these LEDs. The glue may not be, I don't think whether it's glue or is it like directly pouring onto this LED, but whatever it is, the phosphor actually came off. So right now this is fixed. I think this can go a few more years of use, because all sides are now working fine, you can see. So yeah, I think this video is finished. This was just a random video that I have started just by thinking I can replace one LED and call it as a video, but it ended up being a lot of rant and other things. Anyway, yep, that's it for today's video. See you in another video. Thanks for watching.